Hey y'all, it's Sandra. I ain't got no news, so I'm gonna bore you 3 minutes with story time. If you don't want to hear it, scroll on. But I'm carrying on. You know, I told you my daddy was a dragline crane operator for a bridge construction company. And when I was a little girl, me and my mama would travel with him from town to town to town to job to job to job. That's just what we did. And usually rented a little house or stayed in an apartment building or something of that nature, you know. And when the job finished up, we'd go on to the next one. Well, I was starting to get a little bit older, about school age, and Mama was concerned with us traveling, me jumping from school to school. And she told Daddy, she said, Herbert, said, we need to find a place and get situated. I am not dragging this child from school to school to school. So we need to find somewhere, get planted, and because I'm not dragging her while she's in school. Dad said, no, you're right. Said we need to get situated. So they went to the little hometown where they were both from, and they bought about a half-acre lot. And they had Jim Walter. Woo, Jim Walter back in the day. It was big. They come in and they framed up a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath frame house. Had a living room and a dining room kitchen combination. On the left-hand end was just enough room for a washer and dryer and just a little single open carport, wood frame, just framed up. Well, on the weekends, when Daddy wasn't working, they would travel home and work on finishing out the house. Well, I'd just go out in the backyard and play. I wasn't studying what they were doing in there. I care less. Neighborhood had a bunch of kids my age, and I'd go outside and play. Well, Mama said, wasn't paying no attention, you know. And Mama said one afternoon, I said they was about 99% finished with the house, was getting ready to move in. Said I come in the house and get me a drink or go to the bathroom or whatever. And said first time I'd ever really paid any attention. Said I walked in, said I kitchen dining room area, and said I just stood there and stopped, just oh. And she said, little old cotton top, my jaw just dropped and I was just in awe. And so I said, oh. I said, Mama, we finally did it. And she said, what do you mean, sugar? What do you mean we finally did it? And I said, we finally got rich. That 900 square foot house. I thought we was rich. And we was, just not with money.